This changes everything. Yes, that's correct. This changes everything.
Really?
Here I am, giving you some genuine tidbits about writing your first book, just like me. You have been pondering around the thought of writing your book and searching all over for that start switch. It's not hidden anywhere. Hopefully, by end of this video, you'll find your own switch and turn it on yourself. So first things first, we all are born in a certain way. We can't change anything about it. So let's recognize it, own it, and use it to our advantage. This is how. I'm not going to do this again in my video.
Don't do it!
When it comes to writing or a daily routine, we all have some strengths and some weaknesses. Some of us are very comfortable even sitting under the street lamp and writing, but some people need a certain kind of setup. They need a certain ambience. So see what works for you. Try to reduce the friction as much as possible. It should not be a barrier or an excuse for you to not write. So going forward, we will also talk about this, but for now, timings and our surroundings are never going to be right. Time is now or the timing is never.
ये बड़ी अच्छी बात कही आप.
If you have not seen my first video, I'm linking it in I button. You can go check it out. And if you are already watched my first video, welcome back. So we all go through this dilemma that what do I write? I don't have anything to write. I don't have anything good enough to write. So don't you think sometimes that I'm not good enough? Isn't that how we grew up since childhood? We were always compared with people, with Sharma ji ki beti, Gupta ji ka beta, and we were just not good enough. We are not alone. So why I keep repeating this, that we are not alone, that the great minds, the great authors, they had also been through that state of mind, and what separates them from us is the simple thought that okay, accept it, you are not good enough, and then take the next step and find out what can we do about it. The other day I had come across an interview from Neil Gaiman, and he said the same thing. I was not good enough. He said when you say you are not good enough, one of the two things are true. Either you are really not good enough or you don't get it. I am not good enough because I am not yet prepared to say something true, or because I don't want to be judged. I don't want let people get too close to me.
तो रहने दो फिर.
If your writing is honest, if your writing is innocent, it is compelled to pass it on to the readers. So it's such a coincidence that one of my most favorite author in Marathi, VaPu, he said the exact same thing. As you write more and more personal, it becomes more and more universal. So whenever you think that I don't have anything to write, or I don't have anything that is good enough, that is worthy of a book, think again. Maybe you are not ready to be honest with yourself, with your writing. Maybe you are not yet ready to put yourself out there. Maybe the thought of people might judge you is stopping you. So think about it and work on it. Okay, let's get real. I'm gonna be brutally honest with you because I have read mine, and your first draft is always going to be shit. That's true. Our first draft are always going to be shit, and you can't do anything about it. Everyone who has ever sat down to write, the first time, all of them have done it badly, and whoever says it otherwise, they're still doing it. You're about to learn a lot.
So when you start writing,
You are in a process of perfecting the craft. That is the only way to write the pure gold, write the story that you always wanted to write. Only that's the way it is. So that's the only way you can perfect the craft, by writing and writing and writing and writing. So I jokingly always say that eat shit, write, repeat. Eat shit, write, repeat. Eat shit, write, repeat. Oops, that sounded odd. I have told you a little secret last time. So being a writer is the second most searched term on Google. Let's take an hypothetical example that 3 out of 10 people want to become a writer, and they are just thinking, and you are taking the first step You are actually going ahead and putting pen to paper. So you are already have beaten 70% of the. So many people write, I don't want to be yet another writer. It's not the same, because even if so many people are looking at the same situation, their own point of view is different, isn't it? Do you remember the movie Vantage Point? Vantage Point, Vantage Point. Do you remember the movie where you all must have seen the movie Vantage Point, right? So just imagine one story can have so many aspects. There is something silly that I used to think a lot. I still think, and it's kind of overwhelming.
अबे जल्दी बोल कल सुबह पनवेल निकलना है
And there are so many of us are around. When I look at each and every one, when I pass by the crowd and I look at them, and I think that each one will have such a different life story. Each one is living their life so differently. They are a unique person.
अरे कहना क्या चाहते हो?
Doesn't matter if so many stories are written, so many topics were covered, you will still have something new to say.
You're absolutely right.
बस हो गया, अभी थक गया मैं. अरे बंद हो जा भाई.
भाई मजा आया.
So the difference between the doers and the you have been